Inakuanga brief hivyo, omba yote na vile unaombeanga hata Teddy, kila kitu. Say the prayer.
I pray like this. Father, heal my mother to go back to work.
That's good. I was infected with HIV from my husband. He was not faithful. Your man, your husband looks like a rich man. And they are very beautiful ladies, and ladies in this Diani, they are doing miracle things to men. And you just look like a normal housewife. That is what the doctor told me. Lakini ukikaa ushago utamjua. The married women are more vulnerable than the unmarried ones. This is because when you are married, you will not have a right to say no, to play safer sex so that you cannot get reinfections. Even when he was going for trips, I usually gave him a condom. I told him this is for security, and he told me if I need to have sex with a woman, I don't need a condom. And most of the time I felt embarrassed because he's my husband, he's going for a trip, and I've given it in case for emergency. That day when I found I'm positive, I felt that my dreams have been shattered. I thought of my children because I've seen some cases of orphans. They don't have anybody to support them. They don't have food. Yeah, those are your things. You keep on doing, okay? Just arrange. Because that moment I was with my daughter and I was looking at her and thinking, now I'm going to die, and what will happen to her? Where will she be? How life will be without me?
In African society and Kenyan society being part of that, one of the risk factors for contracting HIV and AIDS, if you're a woman, is simply being married. And it's because of the fact that in our culture, women are not empowered to negotiate sex and sexuality, particularly in the context of being married. What the man says is what the man does and what the man gets. So if your significant other, your spouse, your partner opts not to use a condom, then there go you. You will contract HIV and AIDS, even if you have been faithful. I believe abstinence until marriage only programs create expectations that your spouse will be faithful. This may or may not be true. And in the context of Kenya and in Africa, where it is quite culturally acceptable in many communities for a man to have more than one wife, this is very dangerous for the women who become his partners. In the United States, perhaps you do not have situations such as these that we have, where women are not quite as empowered or sexually liberated and informed, and also having access to reproductive health services and knowledge. In situations like that, in resource-poor countries such as our own in East Africa, in Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania, it is very, very easy for a woman to contract HIV and AIDS, even when she is being faithful to her spouse. I think abstinence-only programs that focus on that as the primary message to the exclusion of other messages actually do more harm than help. As someone who has worked in reproductive health, I think that goes against the grain of every public health norm you can think about. I think it is only fair and it is only right, and a human right, that all information should be provided so that an individual can make a responsible and informed choice.